Who's around right now, baby, right now? Doing improv, baby, right now, now, now. Who's around right now, baby, right now? Doing improv, baby, right now, 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 now.
Whee!
It's fun. Hi, Bowler. Hi, Pepper.
Hi, LG. Happy Talking Animals
Everyone
Day
can hear
and
our
Who's Around time.
Who's around. Everyone can hear our my tech issues in real time. Oink oink.
Yes. I know
But I dressed up.
It's good. And related to our tech issues, if anybody's around to jump on the show with us, please let us know. You can slide into either of our DMs or send us an email or however else you'd like to contact us. Something faster than a carrier pigeon would be preferable. But there's a little baby too. She's here. And thanks for joining us on the air, everybody. Thanks for joining us in the comment section. Our theme this week is Talking Animals Show because LG and I were trying to come up with a theme, and over again in our conversation, the idea of talking animals kept coming up, unrelated to us trying to find a theme. And then we figured out that was the universe's way of telling us that that's the theme. That's the theme. We got to listen to stuff like that.
That's the theme.
La la la.
I'm sorry if I cut you off. I can't. We're on a lag. It's great
There's
for
a little
improv.
bit of lag. There's a little bit of lag. Yeah, but you know, the lag I think adds to it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We kept talking about the Celestial Seasonings bear and how adorable that family is.
Yeah. And this is what we got to. Everybody.
This is what we got to. We also I did some deep dives. This is a real professional. I love this. This is actually a really gorgeous piece of fan art based. This I don't want to ever take. I feel like I want to make sure people know when I take people's art, I'm not like taking professional art, except for when I am. And this person, I always want to credit, and I just love their stuff. But I found them because I looked up this.
Wow. And also, Miranda, please make that your next drag look.
Which one? This.
I'm assuming this is what Miranda's talking about.
I love it. It's impkin.com.
Please, yeah, that's
so sexy.
Miranda, for those of you who don't know, they put together some amazing drag looks. They do drag, and it's amazing. And yeah, and I think that would be really great because I would love to see it.
Yay.
The Sleepy Time Bear is a great. I can't believe. Okay, so and it's like a whole backstory to it. To them, they have used he/him pronouns for this bear, but I don't buy it. I think that we need to talk to the bear. I think that person that wrote ad copy for them, because every time I have talk to them. Look at this bear.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, how do you know just by tea drinking? What's your gender? That doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, this is the wrong picture. That's the wrong picture for the bear. This is the bear.
This is the bear. That's the right bear.
I mean, you could use any pronouns you want for any bear, but I just don't. I guess my instinct is to not trust marketing.
I wouldn't trust. No, I think that's right. That's correct. That is correct. Yeah, that is correct. Well,
the people who want you to spend more money, I don't trust that they. I don't know. Have only the best in their hearts for me and T-Bear.
Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. I think marketing in general, you don't really know. You don't really know. No. Oh, I see. And yeah, you tagged me in the post. Awesome. Well, another thing too, I want to plug for our loyal listeners who are watching the show. We also have a very, very, very special, and we'll plug it again at the end too. We have a very special show coming up on 12/23. We're going to be at a new time, 8 p.m., the Holiday Mystery Show where we're going to be performing an improvised mystery. So if you want to watch it, tune in then. And if you want to be a part of it, let us know. Reach out. And we are still putting the cast together. No mystery experience needed. You can just just on your calendar. Yes. You can just be ready. You can just be ready to be a part of the mystery. You don't even have to have read so many mystery books. I've been on this new little kick now recently.
Yeah.
I do a lot of reading. Not to brag, but I read a lot. I guess I am bragging. I read a lot and I'm bragging about it. And I've been on a little mystery book kick.
Yeah.
I feel that way too. I've got
a Nancy Drew at some point. I feel like we did some Nancy Drew Hardy Boys stuff for Who's Around, but in a warmer time. I can't remember.
I don't know either. I've never read any Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys, but I feel like that came up into it. I don't know. But yeah, I am in it. Yes, that's right. That is right. That is correct. That's correct. Is this coming from a science teacher? Okay, buddy. Anyways, yeah.
That's fair. That's a good point.
No, but I do. I actually, and I want to make a quick plug for. I'm also big into library, and I like going to the library, B, taking out books from the library, and C, the library has an app called the Libby app, and you can get audiobooks and ebooks on your either phone or whatever device. And that is great because sometimes you get trapped under a sleeping baby and you just want to read a book, but you are under a sleeping baby that will wake up if you move. And then, I have that access to books on my phone and so many. Not everything's there. Sometimes there's a book I want to read and it won't be on the app, but it's been...
There's a book that I want to get the library to get, and I don't know how to do that. I think my mom might. She's asked the library to order things before. It's called Hail Mary, and it's by two queer writers about the first women's football league in America, and it's very cool. It's called Hail Mary, like a Hail Mary pass.
Yeah.
Every time I see any media about it, I'm like, would read, must get them to.
Libraries do. A lot of libraries' websites have like sections where you can suggest books that they should get. And I don't know. It depends like how much budget the library has, but libraries are usually pretty responsive to that, depending on your library. And also, you can probably go into the library too and even be like, "Hey, this." But we are frequent flyers at the library because they also have like toys that kids can play with and they're more fun toys than the toys at home because they're new and different.
I have great memories of the library of like of so quote unquote graduating to the kids section or the bigger kids section, or I'm going to read a book from the adult section today, or like use the computers, play the Oregon Trail on their computers. Great memories.
Very fun. I totally agree. She's very talkative today.
I wish for her the ability to play the Oregon Trail on a public library.
Oh, yes. I do remember doing that. That was also like having computer access at the time when you don't always have reliable. Now we have computers and it's like, yeah. I have a funny story about the very scary old elevator. Oh, we are talking libraries. Yeah.
We are talking libraries, especially scary old elevators. What was in the basement that you had to use, or what was where did you go to access? Does that make sense? Bowler, help me phrase this question for Chloe.
I think Chloe's wanting to know. Oh, I'm sorry, LG's wanting to know why you were in the elevator to begin with. But some libraries
did you go down because we also had a basement.
Yeah, some like the William Hall, the one in my neighborhood. You got to go in and go up through the library, through the elevator to even get to the main floor. Otherwise, you have to. Yeah, it's the William Hall. It is. They have Chloe, you should know the elevator has since improved. Though related, Pepper hates it, cries in it every time we go. She is like, I hate this. So
is it
maybe it's haunted? I don't know. I think, yeah. So, but it was, but to get into William Hall, you gotta we go in through the back. Otherwise you have to go up the big stairs and stuff. But in the lower levels have like the the auditorium is down there and like the function room. So if you were doing crafts or whatever, you would be going downstairs, down in the elevator. But while you're frozen, LG,
I froze. I don't know. I think you're back. I thought my back. I decided to look at the dog while we were on while I was frozen. Ripley,
Oh, you know,
talk
you
to
did
the
right.
animals. Ripley.
Oh, yeah, she is tired. Funny story about me and then.
Okay. Well, she wants to.
Funny story about me in a library, though, while we're talking about it. The Providence Downtown Library was under construction for a while. Recently, I think it just reopened all their new parts, which I haven't checked out yet. I'm excited to do that. But it was under construction for a while, but you still could access some of the places. And I was doing some research about some historic stuff in Providence because we were putting together a Red Rum that year, and I wanted to research stuff about where Pig used to be located at the Old Southside Cultural Center and like that area, and like find some spooky things. So I had to go to the downtown library to get some microfiches and go on the whole microfiche, like that whole system, and like look through these old newspaper articles and stuff like that. And I'm one of those people that when I first get into a library, I'm like, let me try to find it myself before I bug a librarian. And librarians are like, please just ask us. And I'm like, no, I'll do it myself. And they're like, no, we'd rather you ask us. You know what I mean? But I was like, no, I'm not going to bug them. So I'm going to find this myself. So it was and it was under so much construction that actually the Providence Library was really just this one room. They just kind of put everything there, and they wanted you to go up to the librarian and be like, can I have this? And they would go in the back and go get it, because every place was under construction in the whole building, except for this like one area. But I didn't understand that. I was like, oh, well, this isn't the only room that this place has, so I'll just go find where this would be. So I go out on my own adventure to go find it. And I unknowingly started to follow a staff member into an area where I didn't belong. Which I just saw a person, and I was like, oh, I'll just go where that person's going. Let me go down this hallway and then take this turn. And I saw like these like two like unmarked doors, and I was like, one of these, right? Like one of them had like a keypad on it. So I was like, well, it's not there. I'm not supposed to go through the keypad, but let me go through this other one, right? So I go through this other one, and I'm like suddenly in the construction zone. And I was like, oh no. And like I like took like a wrong turn. And then I was suddenly like in this where books were again, where they were just like closed off, and like we were not supposed to be there. But I was like, oh, I'm near books again. This should be good. Let me just keep following this, and that I should be able to figure out where this is. And I was like in the old magazine section, like they have Cosmos from like the 1920s at this library. It's very cool. So I was like, and I got distracted there because I was like, oh my God, Cosmos from the 1920s. Like, let me look at these. Like, I get distracted. So, and then suddenly I'm like walking through these, book shelves, like these aisles of shelves, and being like, oh, this is so cool. Look at all the stuff they have back here. And then it went from like well lit to no lit. And I was like, oh, wait, there's no lights over here. Huh, I probably shouldn't be here. But then I was like so turned around. But then I found an elevator. I was like, oh, I know what I'll do. I'll just get an elevator and I will start over again. Just go back into the, downstairs and like come back, because then I'll find it. But I take the elevator, and all I can get to is like floor after floor of even more construction zones, like even less floor in the area, like less walls, everything knocked down. Like clearly I'm not supposed to be here. And then I'm like, I don't even know because the elevator buttons weren't labeled that well, because like no one's supposed to be there, right? But I was like, oh no, I'm in this. So I just kept like, and then I was like, let me leave this elevator nightmare and like try to navigate my own. Let me find a staircase. It's like, if I find a staircase, then I can really navigate it. But you know what you're not supposed to do is walk through construction areas. So I'm just like walking through construction areas, trying to find my way, and like trying to find a staircase. And I had done this show in the library where like I played some Greek goddess. I don't remember what it was, but it took place in that whole library, and like the audience could roam around and the cast could roam around. So I was like, oh, I'm pretty familiar with this library. I'll find this. But of course, I'm not as familiar when it's all being under construction. So I can't stress that enough. Like, you're not supposed to go in there. So I was just like going in and out of floors and like trying to find places. And then I'm like, oh my God, I finally get my way back to the 1920s Cosmos. And I was like, okay, wait, I remember this. And then like I backtrack my way back into the this
this
where it
sounds
was.
like this.
It really was. And then I get back and then I was
have
like,
been
"Can we all-"
popping in and out, as you can probably tell.
Yeah, you have been coming in and out.
I have pictured you halfway through the story in the restricted section, just in Harry Potter. I just want you to know that every time I came in and out, I pictured you in wizard robes.
It was not
Maybe with a
unlike
lantern.
that. I was sweating. I was like panicking so much because I was like, I was like, am I gonna be stuck here? Like, do I call? I was like contemplating calling the library to be like, I'm stuck in the building. Can you talk me through this? But I ended up finding my way. Yeah, good job. And I came back out to that one room and I was like, can you help me find these articles from the Projo in the 1918s? Like, you know, and they were
And
like,
now
yeah,
everybody
sit
needs
down,
to feel free
please.
to ask librarians questions. Ask them
Yes.
questions.
The moral of the story is if you can't find something you're looking for, just ask the librarian. Just ask them. Just ask them. Ask them possibly right off the bat. But, you know, my sister's librarian, so I'm all like, no, I'm pretty familiar with the Dewey Decimal System. Thanks, everybody. Just ask them for help. Yeah.
Do they still teach that? The Dewey Decimal System, like looking up things in card catalogs?
Not in card catalogs. No, that's kind of dumb. But the Dewey Decimal System is still used. You know, fun fact about the Dewey Decimal System is that it is actually fairly subjective how libraries are organized. So different libraries will be organized differently. So libraries are organized depending on how the librarian feels that they should be organized. So they're not all organized the same. That is something I learned. Did not know. But anyways, pro tip for those of you who like libraries a lot.
I only heard those, so that is what I learned.
Yeah, I think we should just play a guessing game called Tech Issues and just have you try to put together what the hell I'm talking about based on what you're coming in and out of. There we are.
It's the only thing I can contribute today. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
This isn't your fault. I blame Cox Communications. They don't sponsor the show.
Cox.
We can talk to them. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So last call for anybody who wants to jump on air with us. I'm just gonna check my DMs. Yeah. Jordan, you might. If you
Some of
forget
the
to
things that
respond,
I
look.
have missed that I don't want answered. Oh, okay. All right. I mean, this could go a lot of ways. I mean, we could I also am now back in the Oregon Trail.
You're back into the Oregon
This just
Trail.
looked like I flashed back to the Oregon Trail as I have frozen in space.
Mhm. Well, I think let's start off with an open and easy guessing game. So now, LG, is that a lamb chop puppet?
There was somebody was pushing a lamb chop puppet up my ass. Dog toy.
Who was the somebody?
She's trying to get me to play from under the covers.
Oh,
She likes to.
Oh, your dog. Ripley was okay. I understand. Okay. I was like, LG, you should at least know who is trying to put things into your ass.
No, I mean, we could, as long as we've had like a status and a medical conversation and boundaries. I don't need another name.
Yeah,
but it's my dog, and it's
your
to
dog.
play.
Okay.
This is
lamb chops.
everyone I know who has a dog has this identical lamb chop lammy in various sizes depending on their dog, though. So
I can see that. One of the first talking animals that I remember interacting with. Yeah, really was ahead of the time with those lashes. Yeah.
I got in trouble on the school bus. It's the first time I can remember getting in trouble other than the first time was for telling a joke in kindergarten, but the second time I got in trouble was for singing the song that never ends on the school.
Oh yeah.
Because it never ends. It goes on and on.
It does. I don't think I've ever gotten in trouble on a school bus, but I did give a girl a nosebleed. by elbowing her in the face.
Oh, accidentally.
No, I had a little more fight in me back then when I was in through various stages of fight or flight. And that was one of my fight phases in life.
Yeah, and then you watched a lot of Lamb Chop, and we talked
I
about
watched a lot of Lamb Chop, and it came back. It was all set. Yeah. So that's the moral of the story there.
school buses are like, you know, it's weird because you're forced in a close area with people, but you're also mobile and you're jostling, and it's very oh, the school bus drivers are on strike actually just now.
Oh.
In Rhode Island, so we should appreciate them. I should appreciate them. Yay! I'm very sorry. I am truly sorry for how horrific and annoying I was on the bus, and I hope that in the future
it's
am
not
better.
Well, can I just say this though? They're not on strike because kids are terrible. They're on strike probably because of unfair wages and benefits. So it's actually capitalism that needs to apologize, and the people who own the school bus companies, because you know the people on top make plenty of money. So it's not it's not the kids.
It's not the kids. It's not the kids. Thank you for validating that. It's always capitalism. It's almost always capitalism.
Yeah, no, I was a sometimes angry kid, and I much like that Celestial Bear. Exactly, that was me. The QAnon Celestial Seasoning Bear. So is that the same bear? Because I see one is Celestial Seasons.
They are all actually the Celestial Seasoning Bear mascot. That some of them back the blue, some of them are hardcore for Trump, and some of them have been Q-pilled. So watch what you're drinking from Celestial Seasoning.
Wow,
This is not a. This is for satire and entertainment purposes only. This is not from their official merch campaign. I should point out.
Okay. Like, did you Photoshop these images?
Yeah. The one of him holding hands with a cop is real. I didn't alter that image at all.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. I was like, oh no, I buy a lot of Celestial Seasonings.
No. They're good. I know everybody's very confused because of Rocky Balboa. Not sure if he made an unfunny joke or if he's Q-pilled or not, or if he just doesn't understand internet. But you know,
yeah.
Just so you know, the Celestial Seasoning Bear still okay. It's not a problematic fave. Still a fave. Very relaxed.
Okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Well, speaking of talking animals, I was thinking of putting you in the Site-Proof booth, getting a famous talking animal from the audience, and then having you try to guess it, tech issues and all.
I think that's going to make for a really entertaining thing, hopefully. Definitely for me. I am going to get out of here.
All right. So,
I am now
audience. All right, LG is in the Site-Proof booth right now on a different tab. And audience, what we need from you is the name of any well-known talking animal, or even not well-known, whatever. Let's give them a hard time. Any talking animal that you can think of, besides Lamb Chop at this point, because Lamb Chop, I feel like now we've intimately gotten that. But a famous talking animal. All right, we have a suggestion. Come on up. And so I'm going to pull it up. So this is the suggestion we're going with, audience. So I'm going to give them some clues as to the identity of this talking animal. And and I understand. And Chloe just added in, LG, so you can hear this. I just want you to know how badly I want to suggest Mayor McCheese. And
it's formerly animal. Oh,
yeah. And I just also want to say, Jordan, before even being asked, because what a nerdlinger, already flooded the comments with emojis. You're ahead of it. Thank you, Jordan. You're awesome. I just wanted to say nerdlinger. I don't even feel that way. Nerd, I feel like it's such one of those things that's like, it's technically an insult, but it shouldn't be. It should just be someone who's excited about a certain topic, I guess. I'm not sure what the definition of nerd is. Anyways, LG, come on back from the Site-Proof booth. You are welcome to come back.
I'm here.
you
Oh
back?
my god. All I see is comments 18 and the number 18 and a little red bubble. And as a person who never checks my voicemail, that is I love to know I'm happy to know that those are all from people that I respect and not from somebody
Yeah,
asking me for
absolutely.
money.
You have 18 voicemails?
I'm
This is going to be
I
a
can
great
hear you
guessing
now.
game. I can already tell. You can't hear half the things I'm saying. This is going to be great.
I'm back. I'm back. I'm back.
You're back. You're back. You're back in front of the Site Proof booth. Okay. Okay. So you're going to come back and you're going to guess our very special talking animal. Well, I just want to say I am grateful, just like the Great British Baking Show. I love that this particular character has come from across the pond, because I think we are just enriched by being able to watch each other's television programs and share culture that way. I would say.
Yeah. Enriched like King Arthur's flower is enriched with vitamins and
That is exactly right. That is exactly
it's just
right.
I just gonna go through a medieval thing right now. Sorry, I didn't. You're right. No, yeah, it's the pond.
No, you don't have to apologize for that. Yeah, no, I agree with the flower. Yeah, I love I notice with British cooking shows, I like root for everybody, and American cooking shows, I root against everybody. But that's an unrelated topic. Back to this. I just I love that this character, first off, love alliterations. You know what I mean? Anything alliterative. I mean, you know what I'm saying when I say alliterative, right? Well, you hear what I'm saying.
I do hear what you're saying. I only heard. I know what you're saying. Of course.
Alliteration. I was just talking about
it's
alliterations. I was talking about alliteration. And Chloe, I think is right.
I
learning to whistle at such a young age.
I love a lovely puddle. I love a lovely puddle. That is not a. I mean, I love jumping through puddles.
Mm-hmm.
That's something animals like, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm sure. I mean, I haven't watched the full catalog. I haven't watched her full catalog. But I have seen enough to know that I'm sure there's a puddle jumping episode, because it's just the age range that it's marketed towards is definitely like.
Well, I mean, there's some of the episodes I'm told are very scary for younger children, especially like with the spiders. One of the episodes had to be removed in Australia because you actually should be afraid of spiders in Australia. Yeah, and in other countries they were like, "Oh, don't be afraid of spiders, 'cause they are friendly helpers."
Oh, but in Australia
they
kill you.
Kill you.
Yeah, right. Well, I think, I'll say
so that I mean that was,
that makes sense. That makes sense, because you couldn't do that. Yeah, certain parts of the country you can't be promoting spider love or welcoming. This is an interesting fact. I don't know if this is true or not.
No, and I mean there have been 7. How are you? 7-1. But there have been like spider pig friendships before, right? I feel like in other media.
I'm sure. I mean, I don't think the Simpsons are the first sort of spider pig joint situation. No, I think you're right. I mean, this is. I would say she's probably one of the more famous pigs. If I were to rank, probably Miss Piggy's the most famous. But depending on the generation, I think certain generations would say she's the most famous. It's also how.
Well, I mean, it's Salt and Peppa Pig.
Yes, yeah.
is a very
And
cool way to
yeah,
introduce
um,
your friend. And yeah, and I Peppa.
Peppa. Yes, Peppa Pig. Jordan, I am going to Google it. Don't you think I'm not going to? You think I don't got time in my hands, but you are wrong. I've got time for Googling that shit. I don't understand how she'd be 7'1" in
Did I
reality.
get it?
You got it. You totally got it.
I was trying to figure out across the pond. I was trying to figure out if Charlotte's Web, the name of the pig, is Charlotte, or if it's the spider, and if that was an American or not. Okay.
Yeah, Charlotte is the spider. I don't remember what the pig's name is, and I think that might be an American book. I don't know though. You don't read books with an accent. I've been doing that a lot recently. I've been following on Instagram a lot of different sleep consultants because of the whole baby never sleeping ever. And I didn't realize I was following a lot of British ones until I started listening to some of their podcasts, and I was like, oh, because you don't hear the accent in.
There's an OT. There's an
Okay, we
OT
just
I
put this
follow
in. I
that's
just
British,
need
and
to point
every
this
time they
out
post
from
something that is
no less than 3 people telling us the pig's name is Wilbur. So thank you. I didn't know. I didn't know.
3
the
in a
pig's
row.
name was
Okay,
Wilbur.
it's Will.
It's
Some
Wilbur.
pig.
Yeah, who knew? But see, that maybe it was a book I need to check out from the library.
Don't check out this book. This is again, this is J.K. Rowling, Turf Fart. This is their book. This is their book, The Christmas Pig. So we don't check that book out.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. I think we've got time for another guessing game.
You want to do this to me again? Okay.
Well, we.
Or
Well, what's your idea?
I'll do it.
You'll do it.
I
Yeah.
have no ideas. Let's do it.
Let's do it. But this time, I'm gonna have the audience, instead of getting us a talking animal character, the name of a movie or a show that has a talking animal in it, so we can expand the parameters a little bit. Get into your Site-Proof booth, please. Are you already there in a Site-Proof booth? Now you're frozen. Oh, back again.
I'm in my Site-Proof booth. I don't know if you can see
Okay.
my doggy, but
Okay, so while they're in the Site-Proof booth, so audience, what we need from you is a movie, a show, or even a book that features a talking animal. We want to expand the guesses. So not just the name of a talking animal, but any sort of movie, book, or show that has even one talking animal, and we're gonna make them try to guess again in the technological black hole that is the island of Rhode Island. I'm just saying, when you're on the mainland,
Cax.
it's like, yeah, I'm gonna go with this one because close enough, Jordan. Close enough. All right, let's flood these. Let's flood these comments with emojis, and we'll get this game started. Though I'll say, I just picked this one, and I'm like, oh crap, I don't know that I know that much, but I'm gonna get there. We'll get there. Audience, you're gonna help me out. If you can also add in clues that they can guess from. That really helps out, because I'm gonna tell you something. There was a reason why they got it, and it was not my clues. Okay, LG, you can come on back from the Site-Proof booth. And those of you who just joined us late in the show too, we're just going to make another quick plug for our holiday mystery show. So Who's Around is doing a very special holiday mystery show based on my recent love of mystery books that I'm on a little kick about, and I figured out a little improv format. So if you want to play along with that, no mystery experience needed. You could just come on and play a character in our holiday mystery show on 12/23, 8 p.m. If you can be there live, awesome. If you want to be in the comments, awesome. There's going to be parts for you to play at home in the comments section, just like all of our shows. So mark your calendars and reach out to us via email or DM, and we will get you in the cast. All that. Roy wants to know what's it all about. Roy, that is a goddamn mystery right now. It's going to be a holiday mystery. it's going to be something you're going to be able to try to figure out and try to solve from at home too. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be a lot of silly
And
character
something
work
lighthearted.
and very lighthearted. Yeah, we agreed. Even though a lot of mystery novels out there
We're
are
not,
about murder,
no murder mysteries, probably.
we're not doing a murder mystery. We are doing a little more lighthearted holiday mystery. Okay, so you're back, and I totally remember. Yes, I remember it now. Okay, so so I'm gonna give you clues about this stuffed animal. Now, this could be a TV show, a movie, or a book too, just to remind you that it is.
Okay.
Yes, yes. So oh wait, what's it all about was a clue?
A clue.
So it might be a clue. I don't know. I realize I'm not as familiar with this as I thought I was, only because it came out when I was sort of too young to really get it. But my older siblings, it was a clue. It definitely was a clue. Yeah. So my older siblings
I
definitely
mean, you know
watched.
what it's all the book that makes me question what is it all about was the Velveteen Rabbit. Does that thing? Whoo boy, talk about what is
That-
it all about?
What is it all about? That is about contagious diseases. That's about that book. Velveteen Rabbit is about contagious diseases. Yeah, but this wasn't
Where's
about
the bunny?
no. This was about cultures. This was about people coming together, two very different cultures learning from each other and existing in the same space. That's what I think that this underlying current was about. That's my opinion of this show, from what I understand of it.
And you know, a show is a show. Great. Yeah, I love shows. Of course it's a show.
Yeah, and I do think that this is also true.
Brian Fellows had my favorite show with animals.
What's your favorite show with animals? Would you say?
Brian Fellows? I don't
Brian
actually.
Fellows.
He just.
Yeah, no, it's not Brian Fellows, but I do remember Brian Fellows. This is, I think one of the things I appreciate most about this show is the culinary adventures that were suggested often, because not everyone's open to different kinds of like trying different types of proteins. I feel like as Americans we have very conservative protein choices, and when you travel around the world you'll see that like in different cultures, different countries, different people eat different kinds of proteins, and like we count them as like, oh no, we would never eat that. And I feel like this show also helped to remind people that there are different kinds of proteins out there. And and I think to sort of open up people's minds.
Cat dog as well. I mean, when it vomits, is it poop? And when it poops, is it vomit? It's got two different ends. What kind of protein do you classify cat dog?
I agree. I totally agree. What kind of protein do you classify cat as? Cat vomit? Is that what you're going to say? You just froze right after cat. You said, what kind of protein do you classify cat? Which I totally agree with. But I'm not sure if you're going to say vomit or not.
Yeah, cat dog. Cat dog. Well, you can't tell if one end, if it comes out of the cat as vomit, the other cat other. So which end? Which one? I mean, what kind of protein is cat dog?
If you have cat dog, because cat dog, just for those who are not familiar, cat dog was the business end of a cat and the business end of a dog sewn together. And so if the cat throws up, is it actually just the dog pooping? And if the dog throws up, is it actually just the cat pooping? Good point. That's a philosophical
Nickelodeon's
question.
going to take us down for this accurate.
Yeah, this is where we cross the line on YouTube. This is where it's going to be. This is going to be the thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, so I'm so sorry to get us off track with cat dog. Of course, you're talking about just a more educational
Yeah, and it's also
Anthony
I
Bourdain
think it
had
taught
a
kids.
talking animal companion that a lot of people
Yeah, I mean, it also taught kids about
did out.
what an anagram is. Is it anagram? Acrostic? Anagram. You know when each letter stands for a thing? Audience, help me out here. Is that an anagram and no? Acrostic, I think, is the
YES.
poem. Acrostic is the poem. I think acronym.
Acronym.
Thank you, audience. Acronym is an acronym. So it actually taught kids an acronym, which I think is also important, both in title and in character form.
Yeah, never trust the CIA.
Yeah. And this is a clue because you know you have the 1989's Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on VHS. So you probably know exactly.
It's queued up. I can't turn the computer around because I'll.
This is some deep diving. I'm just assuming Chloe right now is also Google searching some sweet clues, which I appreciate, Chloe. So an acronym, yeah. And this is kind of, you don't think of it as an acronym. You think of it more as a character name, but it's an acronym. Yeah. Again,
Garfield
Garfield
was not just a president, but also loved lasagna.
I would love to hear from you what Garfield is an acronym for.
Great airfield regulated field infidelity edgelord leave destructive.
Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing that with us. That's a gift. That's a gift for our audience. Yeah. 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 Seriously,
But you know who wasn't? Was one of my favorite things of all time. I used to have oh my gosh. I used to wake up every day with this guy, and that's why I have the 1989 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade queued up, is because my Alf alarm clock taught me what I need to know about life, which is, again, don't trust the CIA, because where do you think Alf is right now? He's in the basement being vivisected somewhere, not dissected. He's alive. It's painful because we don't know about Alf's home planet. We don't know about their biology. We don't know about anesthesia and what might be a healthy dose. So they're just.
And I want to say it's also impressive that your video stopped you right at talking about cat protein as a possible protein, because he also talked about eating the cat. And I feel like that really, that was a technological.
That makes so much more sense now.
Technological blip that really paid off. That was really great. LJ,
my dog has left the couch now in defiance of me talking about something soft and fuzzy that's not her. I did have an Alf alarm clock that was a hand-me-down from my cousins, and he is from Melmac. Of course he is. Wait, so ALF stands for alien life form then? What's the acronym?
Alien life form. ALF is alien life form. Yeah, Gordon Shumway is not the acronym. Oh, Alf is a cruel nickname from a neighbor. Oh. Wow. I was not familiar. Chloe, great job jumping on Wikipedia and getting us some high-class, really knowledgeable clues right there, because that really, we needed those.
I might have to go watch the 1989 Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I was 3. I probably did watch it.
I was 6. I probably also did watch it. We're just 3 years apart? Well, that makes sense.
Well, no, because I think I might have been 4. I would have been 4, maybe. I have an October birthday, so I'm trying to think. I think I might have turned 4, and then watched it. We're like 2 or 3 apart. We're not that far.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah. I'm January 83. I can't do that math. What's it all about?
That's what it's all about, Alfie.
I had no idea the entire show. Song by Burt Bacharach. Oh, huh.
All right, Chloe. All right.
We've got time for one more. What if I go into the Site Proof booth and you can get any suggestion you want?
Yeah,
Because I
my
would love
internet
to-
seems pretty stable right now. Let's hop to it.
It's not going to work out, and I love it. All right, I'm out here. I'm in the Site Proof booth right now.
All right. Bowler is in the Site Proof booth chat. Let's see, what can we get for Bowler to guess that would be on theme sort of with talking animals? Let's do a famous human companion of an animal. There's a bunch of those. There's a bunch of
I
those,
love it.
right? Keep in mind that Bowler does not know many properties. So this will be great, even if it's I can't even give you an example because any example might be the one. Bowler, you're in the Site Proof booth, right?
Yeah, I am. I'm checking my email.
Oh yeah, we got
Yeah.
it. We got it.
You already got. Let me know
so,
when I can come back. I'm just checking my
keep
email
checking
right
your
now.
email. Keep checking your email. Don't pass up any deals from like Kohl's Cash if they're in there. So I think that
No.
this sounds pretty good. We are going to we've got winky faces. Yes, thank you so much. Let's do a couple more winky faces. I can actually see all these this week, which makes oh, look at that. You guys owe each other Cokes. Okay, I'm afraid to even type one more smiley face because what if that's the thing that makes my computer shit the bed? But Bowler and I both have decade plus old MacBook Pros, so we're oh wait, maybe I could do a heart. Yay!
Yeah, really...
Okay, Bowler, you can come back.
Oh yeah, okay.
Bowler, I just would like to welcome you back, and I wanted to welcome you back into this job interview. To be an animal companion, and I wanted to first off know what kind of experience you have. I mean, just off the bat, what kind of experience you got?
A ton. I've lived with and around a variety of talking animals, both talking and non-talking.
Does Cookie, your cat, not like me, or does your cat not talk? Because I've never heard. I just want to make sure. Does your current cat hate me and only talk to other people?
No, she doesn't talk though.
Okay,
I don't think she likes. My impression is she doesn't really like many people, anyways. But she just doesn't talk. So it's not a you personally thing. But I think she actually does like you. I've seen her go up to you and like sit on your lap and such like that. So.
Well, thank you. I mean, we most of the time, need people that are for this position, good with cats, I would say. I mean, of course they're not a cat, but I mean, the gosh, Cookie gets into a lot of trouble. So I know you know how to deal with that.
Yeah. I definitely I don't know, like I've dealt with a lot of different cats. I actually have experience with lasagna eating cats specifically. If that's something, I mean, just from what I understand, that can be an issue. And I just want to say that I'm very familiar with lasagna eating cats.
I appreciate that. Again, we don't need any cat issues. I just wanted to talk about Cookie. We are going to have to pivot a little bit on that. We want to have a variety of things available to them to eat, but mostly we're going to stick to fruits, I think. They've been kind of on that kick lately, so we want to support them if that's what they want to eat. Mostly fruits.
Yeah, I think I would say like I want to support however I can. So I know how to buy fruits from the grocery store. I know how to both select them and then bring them to the regular checkout and also do the self-checkout where you have to sometimes look up the produce number. I know how to do that. So that will not be a problem at all.
Now, if you were to be distracted in any way as you are attempting to take the produce from one part of the store to the other and pay, and say, someone, nudge, nudge, wink, 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 I don't know, put your wallet in some old lady's shopping cart, and now you can't pay. What are you gonna do? Ha ha, zany.
I mean, those kinds of zany hijinks, I think, are exactly what you get into animal companionship for. You know what I mean? I mean, because I find animals they're curious. I think at
So
baseline,
curious.
so curious. And I think also, it also takes an understanding of animals, and like knowing the difference between a chimpanzee and a monkey. Scientifically speaking, chimps don't have tails and monkeys do. I love monochromatic outfits, especially
Right.
all yellow. I love all yellow outfits.
Yellow is your favorite
And
color, which is why I pulled you in for this interview specifically. It was mostly about the
yes.
outfit.
Yeah, and I know I'm not wearing yellow right now, but this interview clothes, and yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, the trait can be deadly for cats, because I know curiosity does kill cats, or has been known to. But I feel like it's I'll say, but my only issue with this is that having worked with it's 2020, so it's usually gender. Having worked with George for a long time, I understand that George is actually often called a curious little monkey, but George is not a monkey. George is actually a chimpanzee. If you look at both the drawing of him not having a tail and the drawing of his body structure and everything, which has been honestly something that I get really hung up on. And it makes me enjoy.
And that is exactly why you're hired, honestly. It's the attention to detail. When can you start?
Now, you were talking about how you were like, man, I spent so long on that. And it's like, how useful has that been to our show? Very is the answer.
Don't tell people how long I spent on that. Don't do that.
I won't. But I'm just saying, good, high quality art takes a long time. And the more useful, the more applicable the art is, longer time it takes. So, yeah. Anyways.
Thank you, Bowler.
Yeah, for those of you playing at home, Curious George is not a curious little monkey. He's a chimp. Learn your science facts, person who wrote that
things,
book.
right? Of when you're asked.
Well, I know what LG was trying to say was that basically you would win out totally. But what I'm assuming is that, it's important for Curious George, great, both cartoon and book series. But I still, as a kid and now, have a hard time getting past the fact that he was misspecied. But audience, if you are around for Who's Around Holiday Mystery Show 12/23 at 8 p.m., George has tail cut off as a baby. Is that true, Jordan? I am going to look up this fact and the fact about Peppa Pig, and it was in a special flashback episode.
I think he's being facetious. I've got a half or partial pit bull puppy, and I've seen other pit bulls who don't have their tails, or other dogs who don't have their tail, their ears changed, and they're just as cute. But I wonder if it hurt them, and it's just for aesthetic value. And I'm so happy my puppy can wag her tail.
Yeah, I know. Animals need their tails. If they brawl with tails, they need their tails. But anyways, folks at home, we are back again next week for another 1 p.m. show. And then the week after that, we're going to be at 8 p.m. And then we'll go back to a different schedule. Sure.
It's the holidays.
It's the holidays. We might even take that week off. Who knows what's going to happen. But if you subscribe to Pig on YouTube, you will never miss a show. So thank you all for coming. Thanks for checking us out on your lunch break, and we'll see you next week.
Mm.
La la la.